Solved problems. Transaction analysis under accounting equation. A is equal to L plus OE and journal entries. Problem. Transaction analysis. Prepare the journal entry of each transaction. 1. Mr. Santosh invested 150,000 in cash to start a business. 2. Bought office furniture for 26,000 on credit. 3. Performed services for 10,500 on account. 4. Bought additional computer equipment 10,000. 5. Collected 6,000 on accounts receivable. 6. Received 12,000 from the services rendered. 7. Paid electric and water 2,500. 8. Borrowed cash to the bank by signing a promissory note 20,000. 9. Paid the office supplies purchased last week worth 5,500. 10. Mr. Santosh withdraw 2,500 for personal use. Solution. In the books of Mr. Santosh, transaction analysis under accounting equation. Assets is equal to liabilities plus owner's equity. Assets is equal to liabilities plus owner's equity. Transaction 1. Mr. Santosh invested 150,000 in cash to start a business. Assets, cash 150,000, owner's equity, capital 150,000. Transaction number 2. Bought office furniture for 26,000 on credit. Office furniture, assets 26,000, debit, liabilities, accounts payable 26,000. Transaction number 3. Performed services for 10,500 on account. Assets, accounts receivable 10,500, owner's equity 10,500. Transaction 4. Bought additional computer equipment for 10,000. Assets, office equipment debit 10,000, cash credit 10,000 in assets. Transaction 5. Collected 6,000 on accounts receivable. Asset, cash debit 6,000, asset, accounts receivable credit 6,000. Transaction number 6. Received 12,000 from service rendered. Assets, cash 12,000, owner's equity, services rendered 12,000. Transaction 7. Paid electric and water 2,500. Asset, cash, credit 2,500, owner's equity 2,500. Transaction 8. Borrowed cash to the bank by signing a promissory note 20,000. Asset, cash debit 20,000, liability, notes payable 20,000. Transaction number 9. Paid the office supplies purchased last week worth 5,500. Asset, cash 5,500, credit, liabilities, less 5,500. Transaction number 10. Mr. Santosh withdraw 2,500 for personal use. Cash, credit to 2,500, owner's equity, drawings 2,500. Total assets 208,000. Total liabilities 40,500. Total owner's equity 167,500. Accounting equation. Assets is equal to liabilities plus equity. Asset is equal to 208,000, that is equal to 40,500 plus 167,500. Accounting equation. Assets is equal to liabilities equity. 208,000 is equal to 208,000. In the books of Mr. Santosh, journal entries. Transaction 1. Mr. Santosh invested 150,000 in cash to start a business. Date, serial number, particulars, debit, credit. Cash account debtor 150,000. Capital account credit 150,000. Being Mr. Santosh invested into business. 2. Bought office furniture 26,000 on credit. Office furniture debit to 26,000. Accounts payable credit to 26,000. Being the office furniture bought on credit. 3. Performed services for 10,500 on account. Accounts receivable account debtor 10,500. Services rendered 10,500. Being the services rendered on account. 4. Bought additional computer equipment 10,000. Office equipment debtor 10,000. Cash credit 10,000. Being additional computer bought on cash. 5. Collected 6,000 on accounts receivable. Cash debit 6,000. Accounts receivable credit 6,000. Being the amount collected from customers. 6. Received 12,000 from the services rendered. Cash account debit 12,000. Services rendered credit to 12,000. Being the services rendered on cash. 7. Paid electric and water 2,500. Electricity and water expenses debit to 2,500. Cash credit 2,500, being the electricity and water expenses paid. Borrowed cash to the bank by signing a promissory note 20,000, cash debit 20,000, notes payable credit 20,000, being the amount borrowed from bank. 9. Paid the office supplies purchased last week worth 5,500, accounts payable debit 5,500, cash credit 5,500, being the amount paid for office supplies bought last week. 10. Mr. Santosh withdraw 2,500 for personal use, drawings debit 2,500, cash credit 2,500, being the amount withdrawn for personal use. Now list of journal entries are here. Transaction 1. Cash debit 150,000, capital credit 150,000, being Mr. Santosh invested into business. 2. Office furniture debit 26,000, accounts payable credit 26,000, being the office furniture bought on credit. 3. Accounts receivable 10,500 debit, services rendered 10,500 credit, being the services rendered on account. 4. Office equipment debit 10,000, cash credit 10,000, being the additional computer bought on cash. 5. Cash 6,000 debit, accounts receivable 6,000 credit, being the amount collected from customers. 6. Cash debit 12,000, services rendered 12,000 credit, being services rendered for cash. 7. Electricity and water expenses debit 2,500, cash credit 2,500, being the electricity and water expenses paid. 8. Cash debit 20,000, notes payable credit 20,000, being the amount borrowed from bank. 9. Accounts payable 5,500, cash credit 5,500, being the amount paid for office supplies bought last week. 10. Drawings debit 2,500, cash credit 2,500, being the amount withdrawn for personal use. Recap. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel Accounts Lobby for various solved problems and lectures on accountancy.